Recording in progress.
Yes, guys, so welcome to today's training. I'm excited to be here because I think this could be a hugely influential training. As always, if you take it away and implement it, not just take the information on and become a kind of sponge to information, which is something I'm going to discuss as well. A lot of people do that, you know. We can only read so many personal development books, listen to so many podcasts, take on so much advice before we have to start implementing what we've been told. So this will come into, I want you guys to drop me now. We'll just have a quick look in the comments actually. I've got two more trainings planned. One of them's very firmly on business. Now, don't confuse that with it's not relevant to me if I have a job, because it is. Very much on the mindset around business, the business of life and the theories behind it. And also another huge training on relationships, marriages, and the theories behind why they often don't work. So I'm interested to see which one you would prefer me to deliver on Thursday. So comment either on Zoom or on the replay on YouTube, relationships or business, one of those two words. But both are relevant for everyone. I just want to get a little bit of a handle on which one you guys want to listen to first. So some morning affirmations that I wrote down this morning, and I'm going to share these before I get started, because these will build into the other trainings. Number one is I am wealthy. I am already wealthy. I'm incredibly wealthy. This has nothing to do with money. Wealth comes before money. Money comes after becoming wealthy. All wealth is a feeling of abundance, aka wealth, triggered by gratitude. If you don't believe you are wealthy already, you will never get money. The money follows the wealth, not the wealth following the money. So that comes from practicing gratitude. So again, I've had quite a few messages this weekend from people who are struggling again, which have triggered those two trainings. If you're not practicing gratitude, you know why. If you are not getting up and practicing gratitude, you know why. You should know this by now. Okay? Gratitude is a prerequisite to life. My second affirmation is I have enough. I already have enough. I have so much. I could go on forever. I could start with the fact that I have two working legs, that I breathe, that I can eat, that I have the ability to run, that I have a house, that I have a phone, that I have a healthy child, that I have a health. I could go on and on and on and on and on forever. Trust me, every single one of you already has enough. So stop thinking that you don't. That is, thinking that you don't shows a lack of wealth. If you have a lack of wealth, it's because you're not practicing gratitude. If you don't have wealth, which is nothing to do with money, you will never have money or fulfillment, because you need to be wealthy first. This is the business training. Most people's emotional bank account follows their financial bank account. Cop me a yes, cap me a yes, drop me a yes. If you've ever experienced this, you get a big payday, you get a big bonus, all the bills are paid and you've got money left. You make a sale and you feel fucking amazing. All the stress, the anxiety and the worry goes away. Essentially, when you make money, you feel good. When you don't make money, you feel bad, stressed, anxious, worried. This is where it all falls down, because people's emotional bank account, this was me for years, follows their financial bank account. If I have money, I will be happy. Doesn't work that way. What happens is your financial bank account follows your emotional bank account. So if you are emotionally well, happy, fulfilled, passionate, driven, focused and understanding that you already have enough, you already are enough, and that you are already wealthy, if you only practice growth and gratitude because you already have everything you need and you already are wealthy, because wealth is just practicing gratitude. Wealth is just abundance of gratitude. Wealth is just a feeling triggered by an abundance of gratitude. Then all the financial stuff that you keep worrying about will flow easily towards you because you've got them the right way round. So if you're kind of struggling a little bit right now with money, fill your emotional bank account up first. Stop trying to fill the financial one up and think you'll be okay when it is. You won't, and it probably won't ever happen. The other one is, and I related this to the run, right? Another example as well, just quickly before I go into that. Let's just fly off on tangents all morning. I've not got Neil today, and I've not got Neil at 9:15, so I could essentially be here as long as I want. So just deliver all 3 trainings back to back. We'll make it a mastermind seminar. No, we won't do that. Yesterday, right? I bought 2 guns. No, I'm not going to go and kill anyone. 2 water pistols from Tesco's that were 75 pence each. From Asda, sorry. They're in Asda at Gateford Road, and they're also in Asda at, sorry, no, they're not. They're in Tesco's at Worksop, and they're in Tesco's at Cloud. 75p. Logan yesterday had the best time in the world with me for 4 hours in a garden with 2 75p water pistols. That's just the biggest example. He didn't need a new bike, he didn't need a new car, he didn't need a new toy, he didn't need to go to somewhere that was £150 a day, Legoland, whatever. All he needed was my love, my attention, and something that was fun. 2 75p water pistols. That was a massive lesson for me. Sometimes I do think, I want to buy him this, I want to buy him that because I want to make him happy. It's not about that. It's about the thing. It's about the time. It's about the attention. It's about the love and the effort. The rub. This is how some people are now saying to me, why are you so calm? And in a way, it's weirding me out a little bit because never in my life has a 5-month training camp gone completely to plan, touch wood, without any injuries or illness. There's some few niggles, but they're being ironed out daily with the chiropractor. I'll show you the scans afterwards. But aside from that, and never have I been sat 2 weeks out just thinking, all I need to do is sit and taper. I've basically got 6 runs to do until Luke goes to pick up the motorhome, which Kerry has very kindly and amazingly managed to get to us. Because let's face it, who the fuck would let me drive a motorhome? I nearly crashed my car when she told me that I needed to go and pick it up. I can't even drive a tiny little fucking Merc, let alone a motorhome. It would be going back worse than Amanda's car was. Sorry, Amanda. they best hope it's insured. But yeah, no, Luke's going to be the real man who's going to drive the car because I'm not a very good driver. And yeah. But the reason why I'm so okay is because this is my journal this morning. Whatever happens, I'll be okay. That's it. And if you can wake up and say that to yourself today, forget about all the things you're stressing about, worrying about, negative about, feeling about. Whatever happens, James, Craig, Jan, Luke, Sarah, Ali, can't find the other screen, Jane, Deborah, Jessica, Matthew, Julie, whatever happens, you're going to be okay. That's it. Why? Because you can be your own best friend and you can have your own back always. So, non-judgment. That was a hell of a waffled intro. Non-judgment. Are you really practicing it? Are you really living your life from a place of not judging others? Because I haven't been, I'll tell you that for nothing. But now I'm practicing it. This is what life is. What am I not doing that I could be doing better, and how do I practice it to get better? Well, I need to become a lot less judgmental of people. I think I'm better than a lot of people at it, but it's definitely an area for improvement. Because I don't want to judge anything, past or present, in anyone's life. It's not my place and it's not my right. I still do though, every day. But this is what we need to understand. Every day is a school day. In fact, I'd say every single one. Put your hand up if you think in some way you make this mistake every single day. You judge your partner for something they do. You judge your kids, your friends, your business partners, someone on Facebook, someone on Instagram, someone in a shop. It's very difficult to even go and do a session in the gym without judging the way that someone's behaving or what they're wearing. It's hard. This is hard, right? Don't beat yourself up if you do it. I'm a right judgy fucker sometimes. So, when we think about it, why do we then worry about being judged by others? Some of this is mic drop stuff. Because no matter what you say or do, you are always going to be judged. So why do you not do or say things because of a fear of being judged? It's gonna fucking happen anyway. Whether you do the thing or not. Whether you're yourself or someone you're not, whether you take the action or don't take the action, you're still gonna get judged. Someone's gonna judge you for being a pussy and not taking the action, and someone's gonna judge you for being a go-getter and running towards your dreams. Whichever option you choose, you're gonna get judged. So how do we handle this? You might be like, oh, what? That's not good news. That means whatever I do, I'm going to get judged. And I have a fear of being judged. So I'm screwed. So how do we handle it? Stop worrying and live a truly free life. It's so simple. Please write this down and please put this in your morning affirmations and please never forget it. Along with the phrase that wealth is a feeling of abundance triggered by gratitude. That has nothing to do with money. Other people's opinions are none of your business. Case closed. Remember it. Tattoo it on your bums. Tattoo it on your boobs. Tattoo it on your backs. Tattoo it anywhere. Get it put on the wall. Write it on your phone. Put it on your screensaver. Put it on the fridge. Stick it in your head until it will not leave. And every time you start to get a little bit aggy, remember that. And in the relationships training, I will come down to this even includes your husband and wife. Seriously. That doesn't mean you can't love them and be in a happily ever after relationship, which I'll come on to. Because you have to understand that everyone will always judge you and be okay with that. It's none of your business. It's not about you. Write that down. If I am being judged, it's not about me. It's a reflection of where that other person is at. And I'm going to build this now into why I fucking love being judged. I want to be judged. I want people to mock me, judge me, and laugh at me. I'm going to encourage it. I'm going to make an effort for people to judge me more and why it's a good thing. So if you are looking for a life where people don't judge you, good luck. You will never find it. You might spend your whole life searching for this comfort safe place where you never get judged. It doesn't exist. And here's the real kicker. How often do we talk about fear of failure? Bullcrap. You're not afraid of failure. You're absolutely not afraid of failure. One, it's not fear, because fear, there has to be a real chance of serious injury or death. If there's not, it's not fear. You've done the classic thing of getting discomfort confused with fear. You're not afraid, you're afraid of feeling uncomfortable. And when this kicks in and you can understand it, you will truly, truly, truly be free. You don't have a fear of being judged. You don't have a fear of failing. You have a fear of how you are going to allow that make you feel. So I'm not afraid of failing. If you failed, but nobody in the world ever knew that you tried or failed, would you be afraid? No. You're afraid of what other people are going to think and say if you fail, and how that is going to make you feel. The last bit is the most important. You're not even really afraid of what they're going to think or say, because the reality is most of them don't give enough of a shit about you to even care. That's your ego. The reality is you're afraid of how you're going to feel if you fail based on what their opinion may or may not be. Why? Because it triggers exactly what I said at the start and what I've been trying to ram into every single one of you since we were knee deep, chest deep, boob deep, whatever deep in Lake Bottomere. I've got boobs on the mind this morning. What did I say? What did I say in my speech? What did I say in the video? What's on the reel? You are enough. You always have been, but circumstances and situations may have led you to believe otherwise. You are enough. It's on the reel. You are enough. I say it very clearly. This is, when was it? October? You are enough. You always have been. The end. You are enough. You are more than enough, and you always have been. Again and again and again and again. The reason why you're worried about getting judged is not because you're worried about getting judged. The worried about you have a fear of failure is not that you're worried about a fear of failure. The reason is you're worried about the inner emotion that both of those things may create within you, which is it will give you a feeling that you are not enough. That's the problem, not the judgment and not the fear. So I'm here telling you that you are enough. You are more enough than you already have been. So I've just eradicated the entire philosophy. Someone let me know that makes sense. So this fear and wanting to avoid how it makes you feel is what is holding you back from living your authentic life. We all do it and we all receive it. So the next time you judge someone, just catch yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Next time you're like, look, look at them. We all do it. We all do it. Just catch yourself. Right? Next time you see a fat, drunken, addicted mess and decides to judge them on being a fat, drunken, addicted, gambling loser mess who's doing nothing apart from destroying their life and they're terrible parents, just catch yourself and don't do it. Because guess what? Guess what the only reason you're doing it is? Because it's triggered you. Why? Because I used to be a fat, drunken, addicted mess. But I can't expect them to be the same as me now. I'm 10 years further on. So I can't judge them. I have no right to judge them. I have the right to be the invitation and say, hey, I used to be a fat, drunken, coke-sniffing, drinking loser. Now I've done all this and my life's great. Would you like to come and join me? And they can say, no, my life's great as it is. I like doing this. That's cool. But I don't have the right to judge them. I just have the right to be the invitation. And if I'm judging them, the only reason I'm judging them is because it used to be me and it's something within me or something that was within me that I don't like. That is why we judge people. So, 99% of things you don't do are because of this. Now, here's a story about my beautiful little boy, who is 5. Last week, I forgot Logan's phone because I am a horrific dad. I was busy all day and I didn't go to CrossFit to pick his phone up, which he likes to have in the car. And I went to pick him up and I pulled into Bulborough Hall and I was like, shit, I've not got his phone. Now, I know how this goes, okay? Anyone who's dealt with a child with autism will understand. It's part of his patterns. It's part of his routine. It's Luke's fault because little Luke has showed him Roblox on a phone and now Logan has a phone with Roblox on and he likes to play it in the car, okay? It doesn't matter what I say in terms of singing songs or distracting him or anything, or any kind of emotional training. That's his routine. He wants it and he will get very upset. To the level where when I have it, he loves me more than anything in the world. You'd think you're giving him a winning lottery ticket. When I don't have it, he kicks off. I forgot it. I hate you. I love you, 0. You are not my friend, daddy. You are not a good daddy. Kicking the skirt, punching his head, and I just learned to just go, I'm just going to have to ride this out and just ignore him because there's nothing else to do. Except drive home quickly. What do I do as a response to that? Do I go, oh my God, I need to go to therapy. My 5-year-old doesn't love me because I forgot his phone. I best ring my therapist. Oh God, I'm having a complete meltdown. God, I best get back on the antidepressants. This is a nightmare. The world's going to end. My 5-year-old's judging me. My 5-year-old thinks I'm a bad dad. My 5-year-old loves me 0. Of course I fucking don't. Why? Because it's the natural emotional intelligence and maturity and response of a 5-year-old who wants his phone. Same theory when a 5-year-old wants chocolate and you say no. Drop me a yes or put your hand up, parents, if you've experienced this. Same experience with any child when they really want something and you tell them no. What happens? That exact thing. Tantrums, kick off. Yes. Frustration, anger. It's not about you. He doesn't really love me 0. He told me he loved me about 400 times yesterday. He doesn't really hate me. He doesn't think I'm a bad dad. He just wanted his phone. The problem is, that's okay because he's 5. We're not. The problem is, there's a lot of adults running around in the brains and bodies of emotionally intelligent children who are 5. That's where the problem lies. Logan's okay to behave like that. We're not. We need to be bigger. We need to be better. We need to learn. So I look at even the bridge, right? Even Hooch does it. Exactly. But that's just Logan judging me for not remembering his phone. He didn't mean it. So don't have a meltdown when other people judge you. It's where they're at in their journey. It's where they're at in their world. It's their level of emotional intelligence and maturity, even if they are a 5-year-old running around in a 50-year-old's body. It's still where they're at. It's not about you. Unless you make it about you. I get horrifically judged every day on social media. Look at the bridge videos. Keep watching, folks, because I've got so much more to come. Even look at some of the events. This is the reality, and I make no apology for saying it. Some people at the 3 Peaks had the best time of their life and were full of love and gratitude. Some people behaved like fucking children. Case closed. That's the truth. Judging, moaning, blaming, criticising. It doesn't take courage to criticise. That comes down to the emotional intelligence and maturity of that individual. Some people gather support for love and prosperity and abundance. Some people want to whine and bitch in private and gather support for negativity, hating and criticising. That's just life. That's okay. And when you can do this, you'll be so free. That's not about me. That's not about the event. It's not about Logan. It's not about the phone. It's not about the bridge video. Like, they're just people having opinions, and that's okay. Because that's just where they're at on their journey. I can't expect everyone to be happy at every event. I can't expect everyone on social media to love me. I can't expect everyone... Luke, pack it in. I can't expect everyone, even in my own client team, to love me. And by expecting that, I'm arguing with reality. I can't expect every person to have a great experience at every event. I can't expect every person to love me. I'm arguing with reality. But it only becomes a problem if I make it about me. If I make anything the opinions that people had after Buttermere, one person, the opinion that some people had after the first marathon, the second marathon. Let's face it, guys, you know who you are. I'm not calling you out. I'm just saying different people had a huge range of different opinions about all of those events. That's okay. I have different opinions about different people every single day. Needing everyone to be in alignment with you is where the problem comes down. And then going to gather support for what you believe is your right version of events, that's where the problem breaks down. Everyone's just on their own journey. Everyone's got their own opinions. Everyone's always going to judge. Everyone's always going to mock, criticise, blame, complain, justify. That's just the way it is. That's just life. It only becomes a problem if you make it about you, and it's not about you. Why? Because other people's opinions are none of your business. It's not about me unless I make it about me. It's about a reflection of their emotional intelligence and maturity, and I'm okay with that because that's where they're at. I can just be the invitation to come in and helping them more. You know, look at, like Luke said there, what did Luke put? I'm a teeth whitening, sunbedding, heartache threatening, steroid abuser, whatever. That's what people say every day on social media. Attacked. Complete character assassination. I've even had character assassinations on who I am as a parent. That going back and doing the hunt. This is what I said on national TV. Okay? How do you feel after they run? They said, I said, I feel amazing. Having failed the challenge once, to go back and complete 100 miles felt amazing. I have a little boy and I don't want to show him that you give up the first time you fail at something and that you're a quitter. Complete character assassination from a person in my inbox. I'm teaching him that winning is the only thing that matters. I need to teach him that not succeeding is okay. I'm a narcissist. Actually called me a narcissist. Like, so what? Keep it coming. Bro, thanks for watching my video. Glad you caught me on the news. Like, I'm okay with it. I love it. That's how I've changed now. I didn't used to. I used to get triggered and angry and stressed and question it. Maybe not do a post because I was worried about what people were going to say. But it's not about me. So whatever you're struggling with is only a problem if you keep making it about you. I don't even know that guy. He's got an opinion that's based on where he's at and his emotional intelligence and his maturity. That's cool. I don't want to change him. I don't want to argue. I don't need to put my case forward. I don't need to tell him why I'm not. Why? Too busy. Too busy planning the next run. But this is the kicker, right? It doesn't take courage to criticise. It doesn't take courage to blame, to complain, to moan and bitch behind my back, to hide behind a social media post. You think that guy's got courage? Do you think that guy would have said any of those things to my face at Rother Valley? Of course he wouldn't. He's got no courage. Doesn't take courage to do any of these things. Doesn't take courage to judge people. Like I said, it still happens. And it's happened in this group. It happens in all the events. It's happened at every event in some format. But what we have to understand is that what courage is the gateway to life. Why is courage the gateway to life? And why does Jan look like she's holding a gremlin? Oh, it's a unicorn. Jesus wept. I hope that needs to be at the run. Is that a toy unicorn or a real unicorn? Don't any of you lot start telling me unicorns aren't real. Anyway, courage is the gateway to understanding that life happens to you, not for you. So you can say, I didn't fail the marathons. I failed the marathon or the ultra, and I'm really angry because, and it's person's fault because, and all these people come and sit on my table of moaning because I didn't complete the marathon, about moaning because I didn't climb the hill, about moaning because I didn't do the whatever I did, and we'll all just sit having a giant pity party where we can blame, moan, complain and criticise. No! No, 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 no. That's not courage. That's the opposite. Courage is the gateway to understanding that life happens to me, not for me. So straight away going, that happened, no one's fault. What did I learn? How do I move forward? I'll say that again. That happened, it was nobody's fault. What did I learn? How do I move forward? That happened, it was nobody's fault. How do I move forward? What lessons did I get? How can I apply them? And this is when you move from victim to warrior, by understanding that courage is the gateway to understanding life happens for me, not to me. It doesn't take courage to criticise, blame, complain and justify. Don't make it about you. It's just that person showing you their level of maturity and emotional intelligence. Nothing to do with me. I tell you what else it takes courage to do. It takes courage to say sorry. It takes courage to say, I messed up. It takes courage to say, do you know what? I overreacted there without gathering the facts. I was wrong. I got that situation wrong. I'm sorry. But also, don't mistake courage for bravado. That's pride and ego. They're two very different things. Courage is saying, do you know what? I fucked up there, pal. I'm really sorry. Courage is re-evaluating the situation and learning from it and moving forwards. There were lessons from Buttermere to the marathons, to the ultras, to mindset mastery, to the 3 Peaks, to the most recent event in the Lake District. And there were lessons from the Lake District, like don't forget your exit route from the bridge jump, that will be learned and taken forwards. It takes courage to re-evaluate, accept the lesson and move. It doesn't take courage to blame, claim and justify. It takes courage to say I overreacted, I'm sorry. It takes courage to say I messed up, I'm sorry. It takes courage to say I acted without having the facts. I'm a fucking knob. Sorry. It's my fault. It's my fault. I got it wrong. That takes courage. But this will again come from having a mindset of not judging people. But the reason why you need to not judge them is because it's not their fault. You know the people who judge me and blame and complain and criticise, it's not their fault. It's not their fault and it's not about me. And that's completely pacified. Hang on, so it's not their fault because they've been programmed by an agenda in the world that's probably been happening in their pattern since they were 4 years old. It's not their fault, that's just where they're at. And it's not about me. So what is it about? It's not about anything unless I choose to make it about me. That's your ego, wanting to make it about you. Now here is that absolute truth bomb, light bulb moment. I'm sure I wrote down a drum roll here. No, this is the drum roll and then the next one's the mic drop. I'm not even joking. Where is it? I actually write mic drop. There we go. Mic drop moment. Drum roll, please. People who criticise you, people who judge you, people who blame you, it's a projection of their state of mind, not yours. Wow. That's why I've said it's a light bulb. This isn't about me, they're just showing me where they're at. How could I possibly help them? What could I possibly learn from this? But I'm not going to learn fuck all by getting angry and making it about me, am I? This person who's blaming, complaining, criticising and judging me, and actually full-on character assassination and being a little bit nasty and unfair, they're just projecting their state of mind. They're projecting their unhappiness. They're projecting their unfulfillment. They're projecting their pain. How can I help them? How could I possibly help them go through this? How could I possibly be the invitation to change? it shows everything about them and nothing about you. Can you hear the calmness of my voice saying it now? I'm not normally like this, am I? How calm it is. It's not about me. And the reality is, this is one of Tony Robbins's greatest quotes and sayings. There's two ways to build a massive house. Two ways to build a massive life. Two ways to build a massive anything. Two ways to build a massive chest. Pressing and flying. Don't be fooled by all the dumb, fucking, stupid exercises on Instagram. You can be the example. You can be the invitation. You can be the leader. You can be the lighthouse. You can do the work. You can practice gratitude. And you can help other people to build their house. That's the first way. Drop me a yes if that sounds like a good way. Or, if you don't want to be the example, be the invitation, be the lighthouse, do the work, practice gratitude, put the effort in, be okay with failing, be okay with judging, here's what you can do. If you can't be bothered doing any of that work because you're lazy and you're immature, and it's a lot easier for you to go and burn other people's houses down, isn't it? Pull other people's down. And do you know why they do this? Do you know that people that do this? Normally because they're jealous because you've already got a bigger house than theirs. So rather than saying, wow, James Corton in his aviators, your aviators, your van and your house are incredible. How could you possibly help me get some aviators and a house and a car like that? Oh, look at him with his fucking house and his fucking van and his fucking green glasses. And then they criticise and judge. Same situation, right? That's why people judge you. This is why get judged. Be willing to be judged. Be willing to be criticised. Embrace it. Right? This is the mic drop, but I haven't got a mic, so I'm going to do a pen. People judge you because you've started taking action. People judge you because you've started living towards your dreams. People judge you because you're doing more than them. People judge you because you're overcoming fears. People judge you because they're sat on their computer whilst you're jumping off a bridge in the Lake District into a 12-foot deep plunge pool. Whilst they're sat watching fucking Coronation Street, smoking fags, eating takeaway, and commenting negatively on social media. It's a good thing, right? You are building an amazing house, an amazing life. You're building confidence. You're building strength. You're building grit. You're building resilience. And you're spending time around positive, energetic people who want to see you win and build your house with you. They want to help you build a bigger house than theirs. Yet these other people, they haven't even started building their house yet. So rather than say, hey, I'd love a house like yours, how could you possibly help me? It triggers the shit out of them and they try and pull you down because you've triggered their innermost fear that what? They are not good enough. God, if I could deliver this on stage, I think I'd get fucking paid more money than I do. But don't judge them back. Be okay with being criticised. This is like the best flow I've ever been in, I think. Don't rise to it. Do more. Take judgment as a sign to do more. Whatever you're doing that's getting you judged, do more. Whatever you're being criticised for, do more. If people are judging you, awesome. What does it show you? It shows you that you've started taking action. It shows you that you're jumping off the bridge. It shows you that you're expecting better of other people because you've started doing better for yourself and you're getting the benefits and you're coming from a good place because you want them to get them benefits too. But when you tell them, hey, I'd love this for you. Oh, you think you're fucking better than everyone else. It triggers their innermost fear that they're not good enough because you have started being better. And that is still okay. But if you're not getting judged, if you're not getting criticised, If people aren't having pops at you and opinions on you, I'd probably say it's because you're not doing anything and you're sat there doing the same as them. So don't avoid judgment. Don't avoid criticism. Don't avoid difficult conversations. Invite it into your life. Embrace it. Encourage it. Say these words out loud. Come and judge me. Come on. Judge me. Judge my relationships. Judge my business. Judge my opinions. Judge me allowing a 7-year-old to jump off a bridge. Judge me. Keep judging me. I want as many people to judge me as possible. Judge me and criticize me. Keep giving me some more. Keep talking about the steroids, the growth hormone, the business, the narcissism. Keep talking shit about me. I love it. I absolutely love it. Throw me more punches. Hit me more times. Do you know why? Because it shows I'm the one in the ring. I'm the one in the ring taking punches. You're sat in the fucking crowd watching my movie. Thank you for paying me to watch my movie. You're sat on the sidelines watching my film, watching my blockbuster, watching my Oscar-winning performance where I'm going to play the leading role and win every single award going. Keep watching because I've got so much more to give. Keep judging. Because guess what? If you're not getting judged, if you're not getting criticised, you're probably either in the crowd or you're the extra with a non-speaking part. Getting judged, getting criticised, and all the things that you keep avoiding are the actual things that you should be encouraging because they're a sign that you're doing the work. They're the sign that you're overcoming fear. So stop worrying about it and start embracing it. And don't be worried about being judged and try not to judge back. But also don't worry if you are being judgmental because I've been judgmental towards people on this live. Right? But here's the reality, right? This is like one of my favorite ever jokes is like, what's the definition of insanity, right? Two bald men, aka me and Luke Birch, having a fight over a comb. Some would say that's the definition of insanity, right? What I would say the definition of insanity is two people having a full-on argument about what they don't agree with. Well, no, I don't agree with that, Jan. Well, I don't agree with you, Lee. Cool. We're all different. Every single person is different. Okay? But where it falls down is that's okay. Jan can have an opinion about me and I can have an opinion about her. We're both okay with that. We don't care. It's not about us. It's not about me. It's not about her. Just an opinion. That's all it is. It's how we pacify it. But what happens is two people will literally fall out in business, in relationships, in marriage, in any form of life because they disagree with another person's values. They disagree with another person's behaviours and how they're acting. And they want to blame them. No, I disagree with what you did there. That's your fault. Well, I disagree with what you did and I think it's your fault. And then they lock horns and then they will not separate horns until the person agrees with them. This is a form of narcissism. They need everybody to agree with them. They need their partner to agree with them. They need their partner to be like them. They need their partner to change, and their friends and their family. They need everyone in the world to fit in order with their pictures of the world in order for them to be okay. And if not, they'll judge them. They don't agree with them. They're wrong, and they'll exclude them. One-way road to an unhappy life. But if you're looking for the whole world to fit in with your pictures of how you think it should be, good luck, because you're going to be a long time looking for that. It's exhausting, and you will never win. And it will drain your energy because you can't change people. The quickest way to get unhappy, even if it's in your current relationship, is try and change another person to fit in with how you believe they need to be in order for you to be happy. Lots of you are doing that right now. I know you are because you've told me. If only he could be more like this, then I'd be okay. If only she could be more like this, then I'd be okay. Doesn't going to work. You can be the invitation for them to change. 3 hours, 9 minutes, daily screen time, not bad. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need people to agree with you. You don't need them to be on the same page. Be okay, even if it's in a marriage, be okay with them being on their page and you being on their page and respecting it. But trying to change another person to fit in with your pictures of how you want the world to be is the quickest way to be unhappy, and you have no right to do that. You can only be the invitation, right? If your partner, the amount of times I've seen this over the years, right? Let's make some fictitious names for it to be easy. We'll use Jan and Lee, so then I won't forget. So, Jan and Lee were married. Lee signed up to my plan, and he lost nearly 5 stone in 6 months. It saved his life. He began running, he began doing personal development, and he started living a world-class life. He left because his wife didn't want him to stand up, stay up. She preferred Fat Lee. She preferred Fun Lee. She preferred Fun Lee, who wasn't fucking boring and used to have a drink at the barbecues. Wow. Fat Lee is now back being Fat Lee. And funnily enough, he's actually divorced. Can you see how messed up that situation is? And it's not messed up for the reason why you think I'm going to say it's messed up. Your head, right, went straight to, she's out of order. You know, she's like pulling him down and he's moving forwards. It's all her fault. I disagree, and you'll think this is really strange. Because he's on his page and she's on her page. He doesn't have the right to change her to try and be like him. He can just be the invitation to be the change. Be the change. Abraham, you be the change you want to be in the world. Be the change that you want to be in the world. Or Einstein, I think, said that. But then it's up to them. So if you've changed your life and your partner is a fat, drunken, addicted, messy person, and he said man then, a bit sexist, who just still wants to go on the piss every weekend and treats you with no respect, or he's the wife and she just wants to fucking drink wine every night, get pissed, drown her sorrows and keep moaning, blaming, complaining, you don't have the right to try and change them. You can be the invitation, but then it's okay for you to say, well, okay, I'm out. And that's what Lee should have done. Lee should have had the courage to say, I respect and appreciate everything you've said. You want to stay like that, I'm okay with that. I want this life, but that life isn't for me anymore. And for that reason alone, I have to find the courage to leave. Not to criticise each other. If I got married now and my wife turned into a fat, drunken mess, it's not my job to criticise her. It's my job to be the invitation to change, and then when it doesn't happen, realise I'm not going to try and change you because I have no right. I need to find the courage to leave because I deserve and want better than this. Does that make sense? Whereas what everyone does is stay in the relationships for 3, 4, 5 years. My husband this, my wife that. Be the invitation to change, and if they don't want to change and you're not okay with that, have the courage to leave. Drop the blaming, drop the complaining. And the reason why I understand all this, this is why you can't judge those people. Why can't I judge a fat, drunken man who gambles and still gets leathered every weekend? I spent 10 fucking years of my life doing it. That's why I can't judge him. And now I'm 10 years on, 15 years on almost, from being that man. So how could I expect him to be the same as me? He hasn't even started. So I can't judge him. I just need to understand we're all on our own journey. He's on his own journey. And I'm on my own journey. And I'm okay with that. Guys, I hope that has been helpful today. I think I wrote down a couple more insights that I wanted to share with you guys. Yeah, just another one on, well, two from the beginning. Whether it's attracting money, whether it's attracting love, whether it's attracting anything that you want. These are the two other insights that I wrote down that I'm going to finish on. You will attract money, as I said, by becoming wealthy. You will attract love by being loving. You will not become loved or wealthy by chasing love or money. Wealth isn't money. Wealth is a feeling of abundance triggered by gratitude. And when you get to that point where you don't need anything or anyone to validate you, to support you, to tell you that you're good enough, that's exactly when all the love and money that you've ever wanted will show up. Because you don't need it and you're not chasing it. You've attracted it and now you are choosing it. My other insight was in relation to challenges, in relation to judgment, in relation to all these things that we see as negative. If you're not experiencing them, you're not in the ring. If you're not taking punches, you're not in the ring. If you're not having to go around bends, you're not in the river. You're not in the river of life. You're not in the ring of life. You're not doing, you're spectating. So we need to embrace it. Embrace judgment, adversity. Embrace challenge. Embrace setbacks. Embrace chaos. I love that. Embrace everything that's happening to you, because if your mind's in the right place, you're going to learn and grow through it. And you have to understand that there is no end point. And this is an absolutely incredible quote to end on. In the gym of life, there will always be challenges. And the Olympics comes round every 4 years. And it never ends. You don't do so many Olympics and then you've completed it. It never ends. The challenge will always come. The judgment will always come. The criticism will always come. So be ready for it, invite it, and embrace it. Because all the negative emotions that you're afraid of experiencing and you're not doing the things that you want to do and living your authentic life because you're worried of feeling them and they will trigger your innermost fear that you're not good enough, are the feelings that you should actually be invited and encourage them. Because if you are experiencing all of them, if you had this mixture of like fear, nerves, worry, great. Because every single one of them shows that you're in the game. So get excited about them. Guys, I love you all. Stay unbreakable.